Okay. For our practice this week, I had a request to start to work into the more like IT band hamstring area. So you will be exploring that. And I know that part of the body can be particularly sticky for a lot of people. So feel free to use your yoga blocks throughout practice if you have those. And also allow your practice within the practice to be about taking your time um, and meeting your body where it's at. I think when it comes to hamstring opening, it can be easy to feel like we need to go to like the edge of our range of motion um, to create greater space and increase our flexibility and mobility. But we want to ease our way into that. So don't feel like from the beginning you need to really push the edge of the space that's available to you initially. Like allow your body time to open up gradually and to receive that space. Yeah. We're going to start in shavasana. So go ahead and find your way to your back body. Take a moment to settle in, close your eyes, send your arms and legs out long. And once you've settled into your space, you feel the earth rising up to support you. Send a deep breath down into the back of your body, down into your yoga mat. And then open mouth, exhale, release, let that breath go. And we'll take 2 more cycles like this with a deep, expansive inhale. Fill your lungs to the top. Then open mouth, exhale, allow that breath to empty all the way out. This one more time, deep inhale through your nose. A clearing, cleansing exhale, we let it go. Letting your lips seal and your breath travel in and out of your nose. Take a moment to set this intention of patience, of trusting in the pace of your body, in your own individual pace for opening. Knowing that the goal is not necessarily something of the physical body, right? But it's the practice that's working beneath the surface, that the shapes are just a doorway to. Right? We're really here to uncover. And so as you let your breath continue to deepen your Ujjayi pranayama, and take a moment to trust in your pace, to be patient with your practice, and to know that the path that you're on, your individual path, has its own individual tempo as well. We don't need to rush anything. We can have faith in the divine timing of all things. Right? We can know that our physical body is just a vehicle, a tool for a deeper understanding, and over time cultivating inner freedom and liberation. So sending some energy down into your body, start by spreading your fingers and your toes. And find some circles through your ankles and your wrists, just slowly feeling into your vessel this morning. And with your next breath in, take your full body stretch. Start to send your hands up and overhead, really lengthen from your fingers to your toes. And stay as you exhale, keeping that space. And then breathe in, reach a little bit further, lengthen a little bit more in your full body stretch. Then as you exhale, start to bring your knees into your chest. Pull both your thighs to your heart space and take a moment to check in. Perhaps finding a little bit of movement from side to side. Or drawing some circles with your knees to massage your low back. And we'll keep our knees bent. Go ahead and place your feet down to the earth. And then reach just your right leg up to the sky. So our first hamstring stretch of our practice. As you send your right leg high, you can reach your hands around your right leg to bring it towards you. But again, let this be gentle. Your right leg does not need to be completely straight. You can have some softness through your right knee. Try to relax your head and shoulders. And maybe point, flex, and circle through your right ankle a little bit. Just taking some time to feel the experience down the length of your right leg as you find those little movements through your toes. And start to flex your right heel high. You can keep your left knee bent, or you can send your left leg long. We're going to keep our right hip really heavy to the earth. And then just take your right foot to the left any amount. If you keep your right hip anchored and grounded, you probably don't need to send your right leg very far to the left across the midline to find a pretty big sensation. So both hips are even and heavy on the ground. As you flex your right heel and tip your leg across the midline, take one more cycle of breath. Then from here, we're gonna go into our Gomukhasana legs. So you're gonna tuck your left knee behind your right. Your legs are essentially like the beginning of eagle legs. Instead of hugging your shins to the midline or crossing your ankles, you're gonna split your shins wide. So your right knee stacked on top of your left. Shins are split open to the sides. Your right hand is gonna reach down for your left ankle or foot. The left hand is reaching down for your right ankle or foot. Then flex your feet, lengthen both your side bodies. And find a little bit of movement here. So maybe side to side, or you can move your heels towards and away from your hips. If this feels like too much too soon, figure for your right ankle on your left thigh instead. Think about your knees moving energetically forward towards the front of your yoga mat as your feet pull gently towards your shoulders. We'll take one more cycle of breath here. And as we unwind our legs, we're going to go wind removing pose. Right leg releases long, bring your left knee to your left shoulder. So as you unravel, unwind, send your right leg long across your yoga mat, bring your left knee into your body. Take a deep breath here. And exhale to your supine twist. Let your left knee tip across you towards the right side of the room. You can stay with your traditional supine twist. If you want to play with a little bit of extension through your left leg, you can just kind of feel, right, how the sensation shifts as you start to lengthen your left leg towards the wall that's on the right side of your body. And from here, as we roll to the back body, you're going to send your left leg to the sky, hamstring stretch second side. You can decide if you keep your right leg long or if it feels better to bend your right knee and ground your right foot to the earth. Just like before, you can have some softness in your knee. Then take a moment to point, flex, and circle out your left ankle. Check back in with your shoulders. Can you soften your shoulders down away from your ears? And then send some length into your left side body. We'll start to flex your left heel towards the sky. Find that grounded anchor point of your left hip, both hips nice and grounded, and just tip your left foot towards the right any amount. Squeezing your inner thighs gently towards the midline. And take another breath or so here. Headed to our Gomukhasana, or again, you can choose figure 4. Left knee is stacking on top of your right knee. For figure 4, it's left ankle on right thigh. You're gonna reach down for opposite feet or opposite ankles. Flex your feet, lengthen out your side bodies. And take some time here. So again, you can rock side to side, left to right. You can also find movement of your heels towards your hips and away. But think about energetically your knees moving forward as your feet pull towards you. Try to find even length through your left and right side bodies. And take one more slow cycle of breath. When you unravel your legs for when you're moving pose, you're going to release your left leg long and pull your right knee to your right shoulder. Just take a moment to find that length. Big inhale. And then exhale to your supine twist. Release your right knee to the left side of the room. Checking in with the sensation along your spine. Again, you can keep your right knee bent, or you can find some extension through your right leg. So maybe you bend and extend through that right leg. Just feeling into your IT band, your hamstring. And last breath here. As you return to center, bring both of your knees into your chest and start to find your way up to your tabletop pose. So whatever feels good as a transition, maybe rocking and rolling a couple times before you rise up, or you can tip over to either side and just push up to your tabletop pose. And create space between your fingers as you press your hands into the earth. With your inhale, cow pose, begin to let your belly fall towards your yoga mat as you scoop your heart and tailbone up high. And then exhale, slowly press and curl around through your spine to your cat pose. And then take 2 more cycles of breath, moving in and out of cat and cow. Maybe adding in any additional movement to help warm up your spine, your body. Connecting back to your Ujjayi pranayama. When you're ready, eventually start to tuck your toes and press up and back to your downward facing dog. Take a moment to adjust your shape. Maybe find a pedal of one heel to the earth and a slow pedal of the opposite heel to the earth. Just continuing to feel into the backs of your legs, your hamstrings. Now, in your downward facing dog, as you're ready, use a big breath in to rise to your tippy toes. As you exhale, windshield wiper your toes towards the right side of the room, pressing your hips up and back. The big breath in, lift your heels through center. As you exhale, rainbow your heels over towards the right side of the room, toes pointing towards the left. Really push your hips up and back. As you come back to center with your next breath in, use your exhale to walk forward into your forward fold, Uttanasana. Softening through your knees, relax your belly to your thighs. Completely release the weight of your head, your skull to the earth. And upward energy through your tailbone as you drive down through the four corners of your feet. Maybe move your hips a little bit side to side. And just take one more cycle of breath. With your next inhale, begin to find your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Feel your tailbone lift to the sky, crown of the head actively extends forward. And stay here as you exhale, shoulders out of ears. Can you lean forward through your feet, but feel your sitting bones stretch backwards and the crown of your head lengthen a little bit more to the front of the room. And when you're ready, go ahead and forward fold again, let that go. We'll inhale to rise all the way to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, big circle sweep as you reach up high. And your exhale, right hand grabs your left wrist. Go ahead and tip over to the right side. Side body stretch. Reach energy down through your heels as you open through your left side body. Next inhale lifts you up through center. Switch your grip and exhale to the opposite side. Lean over to your left. Again, root down through your heels. Until your right side body receives some space. We'll inhale through center, lift and lengthen. Your exhale, soften your knees, hinge forward to your forward fold. Halfway lift, deep breath in, find that energy and intention along the entire length of your body. And then high plank as you exhale, plant your hands and step your feet back. So taking a moment to really light up through your plank pose. Feel your low belly helping to draw your hips in line with your spine. And then recruit your thighs, your quadriceps as well. As you push the earth away, feel the crown of your head reaching forward. Try to keep that reaching forward energy through your crown, shoulders out of ears. We're going to inhale to shift forward. Then exhale slowly to the earth. Feel your elbows glide straight backwards as you descend all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes, draw your legs towards center. Then inhale to your low cobra, begin to lengthen through your spine. Good, as you exhale, release back down. Inhale to your low cobra or perhaps your high cobra, option to use your hands to lift a little bit taller this time. And just let your exhale bring you back to your belly. And last cycle here, you can choose low cobra, high cobra, or your upward facing dog. Take a big breath in to lengthen. As you're ready, exhale to your downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. And with a breath in, we're going to reach our right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. As you exhale, keep your right leg long, but flex your foot and square your hip. So right hip point, right knee, and right toes are all pointing to the ground. The height of our right leg is not really important. We're going for a big left hamstring stretch. Think about pressing your right foot to the wall behind your yoga mat, and then right heel to the sky, big breath in. As you exhale, slowly bring your knee towards your nose, pull your thigh into your chest. And three-legged dog, re-extend your right leg up and back. On your exhale, right knee's going towards your left tricep. This time as you shift forward, find a twist. And then three-legged dog, reach your right leg to the sky, big breath in. On your exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. And then lengthen out both of your legs for your hamstring stretch. You can either rise to your fingertips if you're working with yoga blocks. Feel free to bring blocks underneath your hands. As you lengthen through your legs, also think length through your spine. So untuck your tailbone towards the ceiling. As you draw your right thigh bone into your pelvis, feel your heart move forward and up, proud through your chest. And from here, we'll take a bend into our front knee. Really gentle standing splits. So left leg will sweep to the sky. Take a nice big breath in. Maybe there's a pretty generous bend in your right knee still since it's early. As you exhale, cross-legged forward fold, softening through your knees. Cross your left ankle behind your right. Now pinky toes do not need to line up. You can bend your knees any amount. And then try to release and relax your belly towards your thighs. Allow your head to fall heavy towards the earth. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, unwind your legs to a traditional forward fold. Left foot beside your right. We'll inhale to our halfway lift. Lengthen out your spine. And exhale towards your chair pose. Send your hips back and down, hugging to center as you reach your fingertips forward and up. Deep in-breath as you lengthen from fingertips to sitting bones. As you exhale, airplane your arms beside you. We're going to slowly rise all the way to stand with a deep breath in. Bring your right leg with you as you rise tall. And on your exhale, we're going to take a curtsy lunge. So we're going to step a right foot back and towards the left, any amount. Your left hand's going to grab your right wrist, finding that side body stretch again. And reach your fingertips over to the left side of the room. We want to make sure that our left toes are still pointing forward. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Good for this round. As you bring yourself upright through your torso, just sweep your hands wide and down to frame your left foot. Right, going into a gentle Shiva squat. Tuck your right knee behind your left just for a moment. Hips low. And step your right foot to the back of your yoga mat, low lunge. Feet hips distance apart now. Plant down through your right palm and twist your left hand to the sky. Good. Take one big breath in. On your exhale, left hand's going to come down to the earth to frame your left foot. Three-legged dog. Inhale to reach your left leg up and back. As you exhale, flex your foot, square your hip, and focusing on the stretch of the back of your right leg. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed between your hands. Take an inhale. And exhale, knee to nose, shift it forward, pull your thigh up and in. Three-legged dog. Inhale, lengthens left leg high again. Exhale your left knee towards your right tricep, shift forward and twist. Three-legged dog, deep breath in, reach your left leg high. As you exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Extend both of your legs to find your hamstring stretch. And allow yourself some time and space here. So left thigh bone is drawing in and up into the pelvis, right hip hugs forward, right thigh bone plugs in as well. And as we plug our thigh bones into our pelvis, think cow spine, heart and tailbone proud. And one more cycle of breath. Begin to find a bend through your left knee. Slow and strong without momentum, drive through your left foot to find a gentle standing split. So again, you can keep any amount of softness through that front standing leg. Head hangs heavy, take an inhale. As you exhale, softening your knees, cross-legged forward fold, right ankle is going to tuck behind your left. You want to make sure we have a little micro bend at least through both of our knees. So you ground the four corners of your feet. Relax belly to thighs. So then pinky toes don't need to be close to each other, but we do want to have the four corners of both feet completely planted. And from here, as you unwind your legs to your traditional forward fold, feet go side by side. Inhale to your halfway lift. Keep sending your sitting bones back, tailbone tall. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, sink and reach. And be hugging through your inner thighs as you take a nice big breath in. Exhale, airplane arms. And as you root to rise, you're going to bring your left leg with you at the top to your one-legged mountain. Then moving to that big curtsy lunge with our side body stretch. Take your left foot back and to the right. Once you have your curtsy lunge, right hand's going to grab your left wrist, side bend to the right side of the room. So the distance that your left foot steps back, the amount of cross between your legs, these are all things that you customize to you. Take one more moment here in the side body stretch. So you bring yourself upright, just kind of like a reverse circle sweep. Send your hands wide and down to frame your right foot. You're going to tuck your left knee behind into your Shiva squat. And we're stepping back into our low lunge. As you take your left foot to the back of your yoga mat, again, make sure your feet are hips distance apart. Plant down with your left palm, big twist open of your right hand to the sky. Take a deep inhale, find length from crown to tailbone. As you exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper. And release your right hand down to the earth. From the strength of your belly, three-legged dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back. And exhale, knee to nose, pull your thigh into your chest. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg reaches high again. And exhale, right knee towards your left tricep, twist underneath. Now listen, your hands and your left toes are going to stay exactly as they are. So you're on your left tippy toes, your left toes are pointing forward, both hands are planted. Thread your right leg through as if you were going to your fallen triangle, but don't open up yet. Flex your right ankle, and then draw your chest forward through your biceps, planking out your upper body, shoulders over wrists, hips in line with spine, heart pulling forward. From there, then allow your left heel to rotate down, opening to your fallen triangle for one big breath in. Good. As we exhale, we're going to go right knee to nose. Bring your left hand to the earth. Pull your right knee to your nose, right there to your chest. Side plank to face the opposite side of the room, turning to your right. Step your right foot back and reach your right hand high. All right, both fallen triangle and side plank can always be modified side planks instead. From here, look to the top of your yoga mat. Begin to lift your right leg. And slowly step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat, low lunge. Okay, if you need to give your right foot a boost, feel free to help your right foot to the top, and then lengthen both of your legs again. Optional add-on this time, maybe bend your left knee towards a hover as you flex your right toes to the sky. So our hovering half splits. Hips are drawing up and back as our left knee sinks low and we pull our right toes towards us. And from here, bend into your right knee again, low lunge. Find your standing splits. Left leg to the sky, nice big breath in. And as you exhale, bending both of your knees, chair pose, find your strong seat. And then inhale, lift through your heart and your hands. As you exhale, airplane your arms beside you. Get strong through your left foot and begin to flamingo your right heel up and in. From your flamingo, take your time to press into your airplane pose, sending length through your entire body, all your limbs. Take one cycle of breath. From your airplane, find just a micro bend or a little bend through your left knee. And using your strong core, rise all the way to stand with your right leg, your one-legged mountain pose. Deep inhale as you arrive. With exhale, bring your hands to heart center. You might keep your gaze forward initially. We're going to take an inhale to prepare. On exhale, twist your upper body towards the right, so torso is rotating to the right side of the room. Option to spread your wings open. Option for your left hand to reach down to your outer right thigh. And you can use it as leverage to deepen your twist if you would like. I'm going to take one more round of breath here. If you'd like to, you can play with extending your right leg a little bit or a lot. You extended your right leg, go ahead and slowly start to bend your knee. Slowly turn to face forward, hands come back to heart center. We're going to step into our curtsy lunge again. So right foot's going to step back and towards the left. And you can play around with the distance of your feet, the angle of your back toes. As you find the side body stretch, your left hand is going to grab your right wrist. You'll lean to the left side of the room. You can always bring your right knee to a hover if you want to find a different depth, a different angle of stretch and strength. Take an inhale. As you exhale, tip your heart forward, airplaning your upper body. So airplane your arms, lean into your left leg, right leg is moving towards extension. And slowly start to find your Shiva squat. Maybe hands come to heart center as you tuck your right knee behind your left. And take a breath in and take a breath out. Hands are coming to the earth. Inhale to a standing split. Reach your right toes up nice and tall. And step back into your low lunge. Right toes to the back of your yoga mat. Plant down with your right palm and twist your left hand to the sky. Twisted low lunge just like before. Now option to stay here, or option for your horizon lunge would be turn all 10 toes towards the left side of the room. You might have to scooch your left foot back a little bit. As you flex your feet, think about squaring your hips energetically to the wall that you're facing, finding that big kind of half pigeon stretch to your left side. You might sink your hips down, reaching towards the back of the room for a moment for a breath. And we're going to find our way into our three-legged dog again. As you unravel, left hand to the earth, reach your left leg to the sky, nice big inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, pull your thigh into your chest as you slide forward. Three-legged dog, inhale, lengthen left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee towards your right tricep and pause. So again, your whole body is a plank. Keeping everything as is, just send your left leg through. So you're in this half fallen triangle. Squaring your right hip down to the earth. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. And then pull your sternum forward, flex your left ankle. Take one more moment here. Then fallen triangle, go ahead and peel open as your right heel releases to the earth. Reach your right hand high, one big breath in. On your exhale, right hand to the ground, spinning onto your right toes. Bring your left knee to your nose. Side plank the opposite direction, opening to the left. The left foot steps back as your left hand reaches high. Look towards the top of your yoga mat. Begin to lift your left leg. And take a big step forward with your left foot to your low lunge, maybe helping it there. Once your left foot's at the top of your yoga mat, extend both of your legs for your hamstring stretch. An option for that hovering half split. Perhaps you bend your right knee and flex your left toes towards your face. Think about lengthening your torso here. One more cycle of breath. As you bend into your front knee, find your gentle standing splits. Right toes to the sky with your inhale. To your chair pose as you exhale, bend both your knees. Find your strong, intentional seat. A deep breath in will bring us upright. On your out breath, airplane your arms. Collarbones are still wide across your heart, proud and open through your chest. The space at the back of your heart is nice and active as you lean your energy into your right foot. Begin to flamingo your left heel up and in. Just take a moment to find some steadiness here first. And then when you're ready, use a big inhale to lengthen to your airplane pose. Settling and arriving as you exhale. One more cycle of breath. Start to find that little bit of a bend through your right knee. Using your strong core, rise slowly up with your left leg, your one-legged mountain pose. Deep inhale as you arrive. On your exhale, hands come to heart center. Take a second. Engaging through your center body, slowly twist your torso to the left. And you can keep your hands at heart center. You can spread your wings, or your right hand can go to your outer left thigh. And you can use that as leverage for deepening your twist. Stay here. Maybe find a little bit of extension through your left leg if you would like to. One breath in. And exhale, we'll bend through left knee if you found the extension. Rotating your torso forward really slow. Reach your hands up high. Curtsy lunge. Step your left foot back into the right any amount. Your right hand will catch your left wrist. Take a big side body stretch towards the right side of the room. So our right toes are pointing forward to the short edge of our yoga mat. The angle of your left toes can be customized to what feels best in your body. Again, you can always bend that back knee as well. Take one more moment. And begin to airplane your torso over your strong right leg. So you're leaning your chest forward, arms go beside you. So you shift your power into your right leg, Shiva squat, tuck your left knee behind your right. As your left knee goes towards your right calf, take one inhale, one exhale. Bringing your fingertips to the earth, gentle standing splits, just one big breath in, send your left toes high. As you breathe out, step your left toes to the back of your yoga mat. We'll twist, left palm plants, right hand reaches. Option to stay or turn all 10 toes to the right, horizon lunge. Flexing through your feet, press your hips gently forward so your hips are in line with your left hand and your left foot. Maybe dip your hips towards the earth and reach your right hand to the back of the room. Take one more breath in. On exhale, unwind into your high plank pose this time. Right foot meets your left. With your inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway or all the way. Breathe into your up dog or your cobra. As you exhale, downward facing dog. We'll find a child's pose for a few breaths just to reset before we find our last bit of effort and standing flow. So taking your child's pose, finding maybe 2 to 3 gentle breaths. Slowing down, inhale and exhale. You might grab a sip of water if you're thirsty. And we'll start to make our way into our last layer of standing flow. So we're going to take this flow that we've created. There will be a couple add-ons if you want. Otherwise, we're just kind of refining, right? There's some kind of funky transitions in this practice today. So working on honing those in and kind of finding that rhythm in your own body. Right? Finding depth in our hamstrings and IT bands. So as you're ready, return to your downward facing dog. Here's our last big push. And from your downward facing dog, inhale your right leg to the sky. On your exhale, bring your knee to your nose, slow and strong. Inhale, three-legged dog. With breath out, right knee's going towards your left tricep to twist. We're going to our fallen triangle, option to keep your right foot lifted the whole time. If you want a little extra challenge, right leg floats as you extend through. Take a breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, left hand to the earth, right knee to your nose. Side plank to the opposite side. Perhaps that right leg stays lifted the whole time as you open to the right side of the room. We're going to look to the top of our yoga mats. Take a slow, intentional step forward with your right foot. You can always help it there. Lengthening through both of your legs, option for that hovering half split for a moment. And we're going to bend into our right knee. Chair pose right away, left foot meets your right. Sinking into your seat, take a breath in to rise and reach tall. Exhale, airplane arms. Left foot is your base, flamingo your right heel up and in. When you're ready, begin to breathe into your airplane pose. If you're wanting a little extra, you can always go warrior 3, sending your hands overhead. And that micro bend through your left knee. Use your core to rise upright with your right leg, one-legged mountain. Hands coming to heart center. We're going to twist to our right, just like before. As you twist to the right, you can stay here. If you wanted to take this up a level, your left hand can grab your right big toe, or the inside or outside of your right foot. It's up to you. You'll take an inhale, start to lengthen through heart crown. As you exhale, maybe extend your right leg forward as you twist towards the left. Another way to challenge yourself is to look back towards your right thumb. Take one more cycle of breath here. Continuing to press your left foot to find length through your entire body. Maybe your right leg stays long, strong, and lifted as you turn forward. Hands to heart. We're going to take that big step back into our curtsy lunge. You might challenge the length of your lunge this time a little bit more as you send your hands to the sky. Left hand will catch your right wrist. Side body stretch to the left. Your back knee can be up or hovering. Deep inhale. Exhale, leaning this time into your airplane pose. So as you shift your chest over your left thigh, return to your airplane forward breath in. Shiva squat, bending both your knees, hands come to heart. Send your hips back and down, your one-legged squat. From your Shiva squat, take a moment in your standing splits, hands to the earth, reach your right toes tall. And step your right toes to the back of your yoga mat, low lunge. Okay, from here, right palm plants, left hand lifts. You're going to turn all 10 toes at the left, going through your horizon lunge. Sink it down into Gomukhasana. You're going to slide your right knee to tuck underneath your left. Both sitting bones are grounded. Flex your feet. Inhale, sit up tall. And as you exhale, tip your heart forward any amount. Rounding through your spine, tuck your chin. As you tuck through your chin, take a deep breath in. And a slow and steady exhale to release. Rising up for your Gomukhasana. You're going to start to rotate to face forward, stepping back into your three-legged dog. So as you unwind, you should be kind of unwinding through this low lunge. If your feet are not where you want them, no worries. Three-legged dog, left leg lifts high. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, final side, final flow. Three-legged dog, inhale up and back. Exhale towards your fallen triangle. Again, option to keep your left leg elevated the whole time. One big breath in. As we exhale, we're moving through center, right hand to the earth, left knee to the nose. Side plank the opposite side. Perhaps your left leg stays lifted as you lengthen it out. Looking to the top of your yoga mat, take a big step forward with your left foot. And then lengthen both of your legs, hamstring stretch. Or option for that hovering half split if you want to bend your right knee and flex your left toes to your face. So you rebend into your front knee. Find your chair pose, right foot meets your left. A big breath in to rise and reach. Exhale, airplane arms. Power through your right leg, flamingo your left heel up and in. Airplane pose or warrior three. So hands can be beside you, or you can reach your hands in front of you. Take a breath in and a breath out. Bending through your standing leg a little bit, begin to draw your left knee with you as you rise. Maybe hands find their way to heart center first. We'll twist to our left. Again, you can stay here in our previous options, or if you want to, your right hand can catch your left foot in some way. Growing tall through your torso. As you maybe extend that left leg any amount, it does not need to go straight. Puff up through your heart so you're proud through your chest and crown. Take one more cycle of breath. You might keep that left leg floating as you slowly unwind through center. And stepping back for your final curtsy lunge, send your left toes back. Reach your heart and hands up high. Maybe your right hand grabs your left wrist as you lean to the left for a breath. We're going to tip forward and fly into one final airplane pose. Go slow as you energize your left leg. Get super long and strong as you inhale. Final Shiva squat as you exhale, bend both your knees, hands to heart center. So your standing splits, hands to the earth, left leg goes high just for an inhale. Exhale your left toes to the back of your yoga mat, low lunge. Plant through your left palm, twist your right hand high, twisted low lunge. Turn your toes to the right through your horizon lunge, sinking your hips to the earth. Bend your left knee in, Gomukhasana legs. As you bring your right knee to stack over your left, make sure both sitting bones are firmly planted to the earth. Flex your feet, take an inhale to sit up tall. Exhale, lean forward. As you lean forward, allow your spine to round, tuck your chin. Take 2 to 3 cycles of breath. This time as we rise up, we're going to actually just turn to the front of our yoga mat. So unwinding your legs, turn to the front so you're in a seat. Fasten your legs out in front of you. Any amount of softness through your knees. Big breath in, reach up through your heart, your crown, your hands. Exhale to your forward fold. Dive into your thighs. Again, let your head hang heavy. Take 3 deep breaths. After your 3rd cycle of breath, no rush, you're going to eventually rise up tall. Scooching your hips forward, anchor your heels into the earth. In breath to reach high through your hands. As you exhale, slowly start to lower to the earth using the strength of your core. Navel pulls in as you slowly hinge backwards. And eventually rolling down your spine, maybe drawing your heels in a little bit closer to keep that anchored energy, core engagement. We'll release down to the back body. Bending your knees, take a couple windshield wipers from side to side. But after a few windshield wipers, figure for your right ankle on your left thigh. An option for your left foot to stay as is, or maybe bring that whole figure 4 to your body. So you flex your right ankle. Think about drawing your left thigh towards you. as your right knee continues to move forward and away. And perhaps you take a sway from side to side, left to right. And keeping the figure 4 in your legs, land your left foot down to the earth. And then tip that whole figure 4 to your left, figure 4 twist. Option for your left hand to reach down and catch your right ankle. If you have a different twist you prefer, you could also take like your eagle leg twist or just a gentle twist with your knees stacked. We're taking 2 cycles of breath here. Eventually start to bring yourself back to center. Again, unwind your legs, maybe take a few more windshield wipers side to side. And then when you're ready, figure 4 your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Just like before, you can keep your right foot where it's at, or maybe bring that whole figure 4 close to your chest. Energizing through your left ankle, stay in stillness or a little sway from left to right, back and forth. We'll maintain this figure 4 shape in our legs. Release your right foot down to your yoga mat. And then tip that whole figure 4 towards the right side of the room. Continue to flex your left ankle. Maybe your right hand even reaches down to grab your left ankle or foot. Energetically squaring your hips towards the ceiling as you drag your left heel against the resistance of your right thigh. Slowly bring yourself back to center, unwinding your legs, maybe another little windshield wiper moment, and then we're going to be setting up for our bridge, just a brief bridge pose that will take us into our butterfly stretch, Supta Baddha Konasana. Starting with your bridge, anchoring through the 4 corners of your feet, take your inhale. As you exhale, press through your feet and root to rise, reaching your hips up towards the sky. As you feel the 4 corners of both of your feet firmly planted into the ground, with the strength of your seat, your hamstrings, re-engaging the backs of your legs after all the lengthening that we did. Draw your shoulders out of your ears and reach the crown of your head a little bit more actively to the back of the room. And take 1 more deep in breath. As you exhale, slowly lower your hips to the earth and then bring the soles of your feet together, knees open wide, Supta Baddha Konasana, your supine butterfly. You can rest your hands on your body or beside you, it's up to you. Just closing down your eyes, take a moment to feel the sensation of your lower body. The heaviness of your hips, the openness of your legs. And sending your same awareness, that same attention to your upper body, softening through your shoulders and your face. You sink a little bit deeper into the earth below. And you might decide to stay here longer. Otherwise, slowly send your arms and your legs out long, finding your way into shavasana. If you wanted to draw your knees to your chest for a final squeeze, feel free to draw your thighs to heart center for a moment before you lengthen out. giving yourself the opportunity to sink and settle into the support of the earth. Let your eyes fall shut. Maybe take a really deep breath in through your nose. And an open mouth exhale, just let it go. Allowing yourself these last few minutes of practice just to be and breathe. Starting to bring some energy back into your breath and body. Let your inhales get a little bit wider and more expansive. Exhales start to lengthen and slow down. Maybe reawaken through your fingers and your toes, your ankles and your wrists. And just allowing your hands to arrive to heart center, either stacked at your chest or maybe in prayer, Anjali Mudra. And taking a moment to pause in deep acknowledgement and gratitude of this practice, of the many insights and the clarity and the tools that we receive from stepping onto our yoga mats. For this practice that will always meet us where we're at and welcome us as we are, offering us a pathway to deeper understanding. And in gratitude of our bodies and our breath, we'll take one more deep inhale in. Fill your lungs to the top. And one more open mouth exhale, just let it go. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. May our practices always serve as our teachers, leading us to live with greater authenticity and to love more deeply each and every day. Thanks so much for being here today, taking this time for you and your body. And namaste.